Hello, and welcome back to some more Nightingale. And then today, what I want to do is I want to go over a couple of things that we've kind of figured out, and how to build equipment, uh, like how to get the most out of your stuff, right? So, the way this game works, is you have to go to different realms, and when you go to a different realm, you're gonna have a vendor, and you'll be able to look on here, and you'll see like this little guy here, the Essence Trader, and you'll see those icons, and you'll go into them, and we can run over here. This guy's not too far away. But once you get to them, you'll be able to buy things, and then as you go from different uh, the major cards, so the biome cards, which is your swamp, your desert, and your forest, and you also have where's my umbrella? Once you get all the different things, you know, whether it be the provisioner card or the gloom card or the astrolabe or whatever, each one of those combined will give you a different vendor, and they'll all have slightly different stuff. So we've been kind of going to all of them to kind of see what they had and what they were doing. So once you get to that guy, we'll run over there again. We'll do the old Shrinty thing. So the couple other things too. If you're running, you hit caps lock. You can take your hand off the W key, and it'll just kind of run on your own. If you sprint while you're running with the auto run, it will basically run you all the way down until you're out of stamina, and then it'll wait a little bit, and once you get a little bit of stamina back, it'll start sprinting again. So it basically runs as fast as you can across whatever you're trying to do. So there's the auto run feature. All right, so once you get in here to max or whatever Essence Trader you're at, the simple items. These are your tools, your fishing rod, your hammer, stuff like that. Your realm cards will allow you to get to different, like these are different bonuses, and each one of them is kind of different. Like we could do multiple videos on just those alone. Lights, stuff like that. So now when you get down here to the crafting refinement, these are the ones that allow you to take your lumber and turn it into, or take your logs and turn them into lumber, and then lumber into carved wood and stuff like that. So that's stuff that's important. The basic repair is your sewing bench. It's your basic how you build your stuff, right? Simple workbench, campfire, stuff like that. Resources, if you're really looking for a resource, you can have those sometimes. And then consumable potions, sometimes you'll have a water bottle or something else. So the trick with that is you have to go get the refinement tables, you have to get the repair tables and stuff like that, and then you put them in your base. Sometimes they also have other items in there, like other things that you can build, which are these weird things that are just scattered all over my base. So like the cannon is an add-on, right? So here we have a basically refined work table. If I go into the basic refined work table, here's the simple items. This is the refined items. This is ammo, and then you'll see the refined climbing picks are down here by themselves, which is weird. The refined climbing picks are made by the simple map. So if I go into my build menu here, I go all the way up here to this guy. So you'll see like this anvil, right? And it shows that the simple head wrap, right? So if I put an anvil next to a tailor, it will give me a simple hand. I'll be able to make the simple head wrap. So if I go over here to my tailor, right? And then, so the simple head wrap hats, well, I already have a simple head wrap. So it shows me that back in my bin menu here. So that shows me I've already got the ability to make it, right? Same thing with the hammer here. And then now if I go next to an enchant table, charm of flanking, charm of fatigue, venom, brutality, and pugilist, right? Now the charms, we'll get into those in a second. Let's see. The cannon, you'll see that I have the Chesapeake rifle and the .443 cartridges. So if I go here, I go down here. I don't have those because I haven't built this guy yet. So now I need another carved wood, an action, and a barrel. Alright, so let me go over here and grab me... nickel, that's fine. Let me go in here. Let me make me a shaft. Craft that bad boy. We need carved wood while we're at it. Let's see. Don't want to use the good wood for that stuff. Do this. So carved wood is going to take lumber. Oh, I already had lumber on me. Which lumber do I have? If you ever want to look at these, if you look like the lumber you and the wood lumber, right? I can only do this one, so that's fine. It's going to take 4 of them to do it, so that's not really going to help me. So if I autofill here, that's just going to be regular wood. I can hit the maximum. All right, make a bunch of them. All right, that's great. All right, so this shaft should be done. And then I can make me a barrel, right? And then we'll barrel that. We'll craft that bad boy while we're at it. If you stay in here, when it gets to the end of the bar, it drops back in your inventory. Now we need a... where did it go? Action? I think I need an action. So we'll do that. We'll craft an action here real quick too. I think it was an action is what I needed. All right, so yeah, so an action and a barrel, so those are both good. So now we just need 2 more carved wood. Now, if you want to go in here, you can just tell it to, you can go lumber, and you can say cancel, right? And we can go carved wood, autofill that bad boy. We'll just do 2 of those real quick. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to build the rifle here in a second. And some of this stuff takes a really long time to do it. I haven't seen a crafting system like this since Tinker's Construct of Minecraft. It is very in depth and very it's a lot, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but depending on whether you're prepared for it or not, the crafting system in here it's a bit spicy. I like it because I can make some really cool weapons, and then the other thing too is depending on the weapon or if you notice, the wood on this is a slightly darker wood. The metal's silver, and my pistol is like this rusty, and then it's a very light colored wood. So the items you make the equipment out of definitely show on it, right? So this is iron pickaxe or climbing axes, and I can't remember. That is an advanced Laconis, and that's iron. So depending on what you put in it, like it completely changes what the stuff is, right? So now we have our cannon built. It's within range of this. So if I go down here now I have the chestnut rifle, right? So now I need a barrel, I need leather, I need a stock, and I need an action. Okay, now this is where the tricky part comes in. So we'll go look at the barrel first. So let's go look at all of the metal I have. Actually, you know what? You come here. Give me that. Thank you. Oh, that was silly. I'll go over there in a second. I should have done that closer. But she likes running away from me. So, oh, and I'm out of food. Let's see. Consume that. Consume that. Consume that. All right, cool. Now we got food again. Now we have hit points. So I'm not going to trip and fall over and die. Now, the climbing axes, you notice I have those at number 1. This is my favorite weapon in this game. They're just... It's so fast. And it's... they're so fun for me to use. And it's a personal preference. But the axe, the knife, the pistol, I don't like the pistol and the shotgun because they take a lot of ammo. All right, so let's put all this stuff in here. Kind of clear this stuff out. What is this? Chichen bug, reinforced leather-bound straps. Leather-bound straps. All right, so now what we want is we're trying to build a rifle. So keeping a rifle in mind, right? So this is critical damage, durability. This is blocking efficiency, durability, melee damage. Melee damage isn't really going to help us. Melee strength, melee damage, strength, range damage. So copper ore is range damage, magic power, and poison resistance. That's not a bad idea. Stamina efficiency and range rating. So I think range rating gives us more range, but range damage is probably a better idea. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of copper out of here, and then I'm gonna go over here. We'll put that on. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna find us some ingots, and then we'll put copper in there. We'll make us a few of them. Okay. And honestly, I probably should have made even more of those. Just because I need... Now, I don't know if stacking it, like if you make multiple items out of copper, if it gets better. We will look at that here in a second. All right, so this guy here, we're also going to need a stock. So if I go in here and I look at my different woods, I have critical damage, stamina, range of rating. There's more range damage, right? So there's swamp wood with range damage. Do I have... This stuff's already made. Put that back in there. And then I need to do lumber. Swamp. There's more range damage. We'll craft a few of those. All right, so that stuff is going. You're still going. It takes so long to make those. Now I think I have... Thought I had another action somewhere. There it is. So I found this action bombardier, which is range damage, critical damage, and that. So we're gonna go ahead and take that. We'll put that in there. I got that to drop off of one of the spooky guys, the guys that come in from... I don't remember what they're called, but all right, so we're gonna go down here. So chest pot rifle. So we have the action, we have the leather. So we need to go look at something for the leather, because right now we just have bound straps, which are stealth rating and stamina regen, which is... Stamina regen's not necessarily a bad thing, but probably can do something better. This is basically a single shot weapon, so we want to try to get as many single shot bonus, or as range damage bonuses as we can. Maximum health. Maximum health wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. And then these are all alpha hides and stuff. So maximum health, blocking, fire resistance, maximum health, rain resistance, durability. I don't see... a lot of health regeneration. Not necessarily a bad plan. Stamina regeneration would let me run away, which wouldn't be a bad thing either. Heat resistance in the desert. I like that idea. That is tier 2. You know what? Maybe we'll make it out of that. All right. So what did we actually need? What was the name of what we needed for this? The chest pot rifle. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I'm okay with it. So we just need leather. I think it's this one here. So just leather. hide, chichen bug 2. Go ahead and craft that bad boy up. All right, so we'll go ahead and pick these guys up, and then once we get that, we need a pole. And then the pole, we're going to do the swamp. Now, it keeps the same item there, so go ahead and we'll craft one of those. I think it's already done. And then here, I need to get a shaft. We're going to make that out of copper. We're going to craft that bad boy. The shaft is done. And then once we get that, we're going to go make us a barrel. And then the copper shaft. Go ahead and craft that bad boy. And then we're going to go over here. Take that, and then we'll get a stock. That's our swamp wood pole. Craft that. Go pick up our leather. Or what is made anyway. Alright, so we're going to go here, going to do this. Now, we can make our rifle. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go copper barrel. We're going to go leather. And you'll see as you start adding stuff to it, it's going to cause my ratings to start going up. Right? So my range damage is climbing, and the action bombardier. So that's, you can see, I don't have anything else, so I can't. The leather doesn't seem to be adding too much to it. But as you do all that stuff, you can build, and you can build the rifle. Now, once you've got the rifle built, your upgrading isn't complete of it. Okay, so we'll go ahead. We have the rifle here. So you see it's a level 52 right now. And it's doing 375 range damage. And I should think that its range rating is 100. Which is weird, because if I look at my shotgun, its range rating is 79.2. Right? So what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to go up here to this refined upgrade bench. I'm going to choose the rifle we just made. I'm going to upgrade it to tier 1. So you'll see it's going to go from, 375 and 100 to 675 and 180. So we'll go ahead and craft that. Wait for the 3 seconds. That's going to put it up here. And then once I get it up here, I can't do it right now because I don't have enough T2 essence. But that range damage is going to go up to 1012. And its range rating is going to go to 270. Okay. So, and like, it just, you're like, okay, so I made a rifle and we can go grab that. I don't have any bullets for it right now because I didn't make any. So here we have a nice little rifle. If we go outside and look at it, you can see the top of it is all nice and coppery colored, and the wood is different. As all the stuff, and actually it's pretty close to this one. I think this one was Laconis or something like that. And then, but then we can go over here to this guy. And we can go in here, we can look at all these things, right? So, infusions, geisha infusion magic, right? We can go down here to this charm, stuff like that. And the charms, I think, go on your armor. And these things seem to go on your stuffs, right? So there's strength, blight resistance, durability, so we can increase the durability of it. There's a range damage multiplier, right? So that's 5% more range damage. Strength, stealth, magic power, weight, health regeneration, which may not be a bad thing to have. Poison resistance, blocking efficiency, movement speed. So just for the sake of doing it, let's do a, you know what, let's just go ahead, we'll just take the health regeneration. So what you're going to do is you're going to put that in your backpack. You're going to go here, you're going to right click on it. We're going to apply it. And okay, so the health regeneration will only go on pieces of armor. So, does it tell you where to go there? It doesn't. Really? It doesn't tell you where they can be put on. So now, if you're trying to figure out, you're like, oh, okay, I've got one piece of swamp wood. I don't know where to get it. Like, okay, obviously swamp wood's a bad example. You go to the swamp, you find swamp wood. Um, but say it, it was something weird like copper. Where do I go find copper? And you're like, I don't know where to find copper at. You hit escape. You can go to your guidebook here. This guidebook, we do not spend enough time in here. We're now starting to get to the point of where we're like, hey, okay, so if I go to crafting, this is all the stuff I can craft. Only craftable, right? Right, and then you can do that, and then kind of see what you're trying to do there. Your building is the different stuff you can build. You can hide augmentations. You can do all kinds of stuff. Your journal is going to kind of be, the quest you have open. And I think you can, if you untrack them here, they'll disappear from up here. Challenges. Challenges are important. Go check these out. If you're like me, you probably have a bunch of these where you're like, oh, fellowship. What is, oh, okay, recruit a survivor. That's like the first thing I did. I never claimed the essence dust. Look at that, free essence dust. See, revive a survivor, be revived by a survivor. Okay, we did that too, right? So if you go down here, look, all these things that have boxes next to them, like they give me, there's essence dust, there's 500 essence dust here, there's 250 there, there's 750 there. So that was, freaking 1500 essence right there that I just didn't even use or didn't even know that I had, right? There's more essence dust. There's 25 T1 essence dust, right? Combat. This one gave me a slight curative potions. We redeemed those because I needed them for a quest. So I actually just redeemed those and turned the quest in. Let's see, more essence dust. I don't have any fishing yet. Gathering, apprentice miner, more essence dust. So some of the stuff gets as it, it's mostly essence dust and stuff like that. But still, it's, it's essence dust you didn't have. And it's, stuff that if you don't know that this is here, you would never come in here and pick it up. As you can tell, we found this last night, and most of this stuff I waited to reclaim till today, simply because I wanted to show you guys how to do it. In case you didn't know, Apprentice Caster, so this is 40 hours in the game, and I have all this stuff that I just opened. Okay. Now we can go back to our guidebook here. That was our challenges, our glossary. So this glossary is important, right? So you're like, oh, marine, right? Oh, fleshy coral. We're like, where the hell do we get fleshy coral at? It can be found in realm power 1 to 158. Okay, that's important. So you need to make a realm that has a power between 1 and 158. Then it can be a desert, a forest, or a swamp. Okay, skeletal coral, only between realms 0 to 49. And desert card and swamp card, right? So if you go back down here and you're trying to do something crazy, like a slight healing potion, right? Where you need coral. And you're like, where the hell do I find coral at? That's how you find where you find coral at. So you go in here, go to glossary. If you don't know what you're looking for, you just go up here and go search and go coral. And then there you go. There's your coral right there. Okay. So plants, you're like, oh, where do I find a snapdragon at? Snapdragon's realms 100 or 1 through 158, and it's only in the desert. Right? Where do I get a tomato at? Which is a fruit, which is funny because it is. You have to be in realm power 51 plus, right? And it can only be found in a swamp. Now, that doesn't mean that every swamp that you go to that is over that realm power will have it, but that's where you find it. Right? So all the different fibers, all the different stuff. The only thing this doesn't show you is what the stats of that item are, right? So if we go back up, we close this out, and we go to wood, right? So ebonwood, right? Like it would be nice if this showed me like what its basic stats were. Elder Eton wood, ribbon wood, right? Here's all your different woods, right? So, uh, wood bundle tier 3 desert wood, right? So, realm power all desert card. I don't think that's entirely true because it's tier 3, so you'd think that it would need to be a little bit higher than that. Um, miscellaneous. So this is where you find all your stuff, how you can do it. This guidebook is amazing. We were sitting here trying to figure out all this stuff, where to go find things, how to find it, build a website, do all kinds of crazy stuff, trying to build some big database for us to use, and it's all in here already. Codex, cooking, durability, right? So this is all your cards, wet, dry, Forage in the Realms, Survive Myself, right? These aren't cards. I think these are things I've ran into. These are just like stuff that I've picked up on my way. Yeah, so these I think are the little things that we've picked up of people talking to us. How to play, basics, crude crafting, so you can kind of go through this and look at some of these things and kind of figure out and give you hits and bits. Now, here's another thing, right? You're like, oh, okay, I haven't built a... so we built I think a Forest Gloom Essence Trader, or Forest Gloom. So you're like, do I need to go to the swamp? And we can open this. We can go look at the swamp guy and see everything that he sells, right? And we're like, okay, well, does he have... There's resting... Oh, there's a metal frame cot. So if I go to this guy, he sells a metal frame cot. And this is how much it is. Augmentations. So he's the vial display, right? The crafting refinement. Is there anything in the crafting refinement? And the thing is, though, is this doesn't tell you whether you already have it. You kind of have to know whether you have it or not, and that can be a bit of a pain. So, like, if I go all the way down here to the watch. And we open this shop here, right? So this is obviously, like, it's all grayed out. I don't have any of these things. I know for a fact I don't have them. The realm cards, right? Aquarian Ascended card, Vault card, right? Open a Fae Vault Advanced Challenge. Nice. So this is, like, you can get in and see pretty much what any vendor in the game and any place goes. And then all you do is you're like, oh, well, I need to go do a swamp, Aquarian card, right? You're like, okay, so I go make a swamp and an Aquarian, pop them in here, go jump to them, go find the vendor, call it good. Like, it's really good about telling us where to go find stuff if you know where to look. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know where to look. So trying to build weapons and guns and stuff like that, and then these are my favorite weapons now. And part of the reason they're my favorite weapons is, if you look, extraction of 50 essence dust, good luck with it. Spells, recovery, right? So I actually have a spell on here for recovery. So now if I run down here and I get out here in the middle of the forest and or in the desert, and I fight, and look at that, I killed all the things, and they hit me a couple of times, I reload them. So R for reload. Little balls comes out, and then I heal myself. So in the middle of the battle, I can take a second or two. I can back away from the battle for a second, and basically I can cast a heal spell on myself. We have another one that we found that allows our attacks to basically heal our allies. We have, like, ridiculous... There's some really powerful stuff in this game, and we've only just started finding the things that we need in here. So there is so much stuff to do. I have a raw fish somewhere. I do have a raw fish because I bought one. There he is. I actually bought the right fish for it. And we need twine, 6. I don't know if I have 6 twine or not. Do I have 6 twine? I do. And as far as I can tell, the stuff that you're building in here, it doesn't need anything special. So it doesn't do you any good to build, like, super twine for this. But that will allow me to start adding things down here. What else does it? Like, if you're ever wondering, you can hit X, you can hit R to move, you can grab this thing like this, put him over here, If I go to put him back, he should be giving me the blue lines. I don't know why he's not. Because I think it does both of these things to give them bonuses. So sometimes you just kind of have to. It's hard to kind of figure out what. I think it's Charms of the Bruiser and Charms of the Lumberjack. Yeah, decor recipes, right? So this adds Charm of the Bruiser. Wears damage while they're minimum towards their target. Actually, I want to put one of these on my bows. Charms Red Heart and a Smooth Bobble. But you can do a lot of crazy stuff with this game. It's one of those things that I think we're gonna be trying to figure out what we're doing with this game for a very long time, because there is ridiculous amounts of stuff in here. Cut Gem Pearl. Put the thread in there. Put that in there. Put that in there. I've been trying to keep stuff separated out. It's not easy with this game. Oh, see, I put the wrong stuff in there. This goes over here. You need some sort of organization system, because the problem is like, even you see like these gears, gear mechanicals, tier 1 automation rook, gear mechanical gears, tier 1 fabled rook, tier 2 automation rook, tier 2 fabled rook. So now you can take this stuff, like if you're like, okay, I don't care about the level 1 stuff anymore, right? Let's see, like this. Say this was something you're like, oh, okay, this is useless. I don't want to store that anymore. Should be able to go in here and reclaimed ingot, right? So we can autofill. Okay, so I need another shaft to be able to do it. Because it's going to take. It takes 2 of them to make 1 ingot, basically. So if you want, you can take that stuff and kind of melt it back down and get the stuff back out of it. There is a loss to it, but if you ever get like a bunch of stuff and you're like, I don't know what to do with all this crap, you can just kind of do that and get rid of it. So hopefully that is helpful. Hopefully kind of the weapons and how to make weapons and stuff like that. Obviously, if you're trying to make melee weapons, you want to go a slightly different build on those. My melee weapons that I built are here. And it doesn't tell me everything I put into it. It just says basically iron, right? It doesn't tell me the wood. But I built them, and you see, obviously, there's a little bit of movement speed on it, stuff like that, because I put movement speed on it so I could try to get to things faster and things like that. Because with these things, I'm literally sprinting towards something, whack it, dancing around, trying to keep from getting hit, and they attack really, really fast, and they cause a lot of damage. So probably my favorite weapons in the game so far. But with that, as always, you guys be safe. Have a nice weekend. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave those down below. If you have other things that you found that you think are the best things for stuff, throw it down in the comments. We'll talk about it. If you like the videos and think they deserve it, please throw a like on them. It really does help us. And if you want to see any more of this stuff from this game or any other stuff we're playing, please consider subscribing to the channel. With that, you guys be safe, and we'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.